Hey guys, I want to do a little bit of a brief history on the location for this video. The location we're going to be at on this video is the Woodlawn Cemetery in West Palm Beach, Florida. Now this cemetery is founded by the actual founder of West Palm Beach, the city. His name was Henry Flagler, and he built it on 17 acres of property originally that was a pineapple field. To all accounts, he cherished this location. He lavished all sorts of attention on it. He spared no expense. One of the most prominent features of this cemetery was a very large wrought iron gate for the entrance, which had an inscription on it that was pretty famous at the time. It was featured on some postcards and in some newspaper articles. That which is so universal as death must be a blessing. This was, as what I understand, was put on some postcards and was put in some of the at least the local newspapers. So this was a cherished location of Henry Flagler. Now Henry Flagler passed away in 1914. The cemetery was built in 1904, and it did become sort of a tourist attraction, a little bit of a destination for people traveling in this area. So in 1914, Henry Flagler passed away, and he deeded the property for the cemetery and the care for the cemetery to the city of West Palm Beach. And to my knowledge, to this day, they are still the caretakers of the property. Over the years, it had a little bit of, I heard, it fell into disrepair, had a lot of trespassing and some vandalism. But now it is very secure. It is fenced, the property is fenced from end to end. And it's very limited access. It's like 7 a.m. in the morning until 3:30 p.m. in the afternoon. 7 days a week, so you can go on the weekends. Now, what I understand is in 1925, they had to widen the road. As the city of West Palm grew larger, it kind of encroached on the entrance, the east entrance of the cemetery. They removed the original gate. Now, I don't know what the fate of the original gate was. I have no idea what happened to it. I've looked online and I haven't been able to find any real articles about what became of the original gate. They did replace it with a stone brick gate that is there to this day. Now we're going to go over together and we're going to do a walk around on this location. I went there last week. I did sort of a photo shoot, walk around, and I go to a lot of locations ahead of time to see what the access is and what's the best time to go in so I don't disturb anyone. So we're going to do a quick walk around and we'll see the replacement gate. And if I can find some photos of the old wrought iron gate, which I think I have seen some, I'll try to share those with you. I did go over there last week and do sort of a photo shoot, so I'm going to put those together in a compilation, sort of a presentation for you guys, and I'm going to throw that up after we do the walk around. So when I went to this location, I drove there, and immediately when I entered out of a large bustling city, a lot of traffic, a lot of people, I immediately felt a sense of being shifted into the past, and I felt sort of secluded and isolated. It was peaceful, but it was certainly isolated. And maybe you can give me your impression when we go over there and we do the walk through. So we're going to head over there, we're going to do the walk through, and I'll show you the new gate, and we'll there's also a new section over there. We'll go over and take a look at that. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and we'll head over there and we'll do the walk around together, and maybe you can leave me comments and tell me what your impressions of this location is. So all right guys, I'll see you over there, so let's go. All right, guys, as discussed earlier, this is the Woodlawn Historic Cemetery in West Palm Beach, Florida. This is the gate that we spoke about earlier. This is the replacement gate. The original gate to the cemetery was removed when this road was widened for the city of West Palm. And you can see that this cemetery sits literally in the middle of the city. This is Dixie Highway. This was all a pineapple field at one time. All of this. And the pineapple field was removed and they created the Woodlawn Cemetery. Now this is again, like I said, this is the replacement gate to the cemetery. You can see the inscription, they put it back on there. This was actually carved into the stone and the brick. The other one, what I understand, actually had gold plating on it. And this is the replacement. And then it's absolutely amazing. And we are standing directly underneath it. This place was built in 1904. And the city of West Palm has been its caretaker since about 1914. And to my knowledge, they have not made a lot of changes to it over the years. It's still very similar to what it was. We're gonna walk, we're gonna basically walk to the north, and I'm gonna show you the back. This is actually the entrance, which you see when you walk in. You just come in, it's like a double lane here. And you come in, and you can see there's basically a south end, and this is the north end over here. Now at the north end over here it's sort of a newer section. They just acquired that property recently, or not recently, but in the last few years. So they've added sort of the north end to it, or they refer to it as the north end, the new part. But we're just gonna walk around, we're just gonna walk down the lane here and let you guys take a look at. Now this is Memorial Day, so I kind of chose today. So they decorate it with the flags for the veterans, which is also amazing. You see they have the large flags on the entrance in the thoroughfare. And like I said, if you can imagine this being a pineapple field, 1904, and you can see how the city, as we talked about earlier, is just kind of popped up all around it. And this basically is downtown West Palm. All this, and this cemetery literally sits in the middle of the city. But you can see, like I was talking about yesterday, you come in here and it's sort of a, you know, a regular drive. You come in, you stop at the intersections, you have traffic, and you come here. And once you get inside the cemetery, it becomes sort of isolated and secluded. And there's things that remind you of the past. And as I was talking about in our earlier discussion, you see that some of these things look like they've been tended to and taken care of. And then other of these sites seem like nobody's been here in decades. Things are tumbled over. There's no evidence if anybody ever visits. You see some of the headstones, they kind of fall over. A Navy captain over here. Now when I was doing my photo shoot, just so you guys know, I try to be extremely respectful. Because you see a lot of these cemeteries, they'll have this little easement for the sprinklers. Just kind of a FYI. See that easement? It goes all the way down. I can cross from section to section without actually being disrespectful and treading on the actual grave plots. So that's what I use when most of the time when I'm doing my photo shoots. I literally cross on the easements. That's why I try to be as respectful as possible. Now I know you guys don't want to see a 30-minute video of me walking about mumbling. But again, when I first walked in here, my first impression, I was kind of overwhelmed by the history. And if you spend some time here looking at the actual grave sites, you can see the care that people took, mementos that they had placed years ago. And I would feel safe saying that the relatives of these individuals have now passed, and so they haven't had any real attention in decades. Now again, I chose this direction so you kind of see the difference between the new part of the cemetery and the older part, which kind of like to my south and right here where we are. These are basically the original plots. Now this in front of us is the newly acquired, I believe they said 2 acres, the newly acquired property. And I don't know if you guys can tell, and I have to apologize. My other camera kind of malfunctioned on me. I was kind of put a lens so I could give a little closer shots for these locations, but the camera kind of audio kind of malfunctioned. I couldn't get it to work, so I'm gonna have to bring that actual piece of equipment back to the retailer. So we're kind of stuck with the GoPro. It's limited. It can't really zoom that much, but it does a good job. It does a good video. But that's the new section, and we're going to head back the direction we came. And we're gonna walk up here to this crypt, this larger crypt, and I'm gonna cross over because I want to show you something on the other side. It's beautiful. I believe an oak tree sitting right in the middle of the property. Absolutely beautiful. Notice the name. This is beautiful. Sort of looks like a copper door to it. It's just beautiful. And we get to an easement here. I'm going to show you another example is what I think is kind of evidence that these were built, and the relatives came and they looked after them, and then the relatives passed away. No one no longer comes to these locations to do any repairs. But you'll see, like the window here had a covering at one time. Now in South Florida we do get a lot of storms and hurricanes, so I'm assuming that was a protective plexiglass cover, but it was broken and it's never been replaced. And now I'm going to cross on the easement here, and I'm assuming that was just never replaced because the relatives passed away and there's no one to come take care of it. But you can see this is a very old section right here, and you'll notice there's sort of an orange rust color on some of the headstones. That's due to our well water. They just use the raw well water for irrigation, and it has a lot of rust on it, and it turns and oxidates everything. Turns it red, it'll do it to your house if you don't have a softener on it. And you'll notice a lot of these headstones have that red tint to them. That's why. It's because of the hard water for the irrigation gets on it. This is the front. You see the facility itself is well taken care of and maintained, but this particular location here looks like it hasn't been anyone here to visit in decades. I find that pretty interesting and unique. Now again, I'm here on a Sunday morning, and there's the entrance over there. Right there's the gate, right there. There, right there's the gate. And there's no one here. I pretty much have the place to myself. But to be honest with you, I spent about 2 hours here the last time I visited, and I didn't even get to the back area back there. So we may actually drive back there and walk that back road, because I photographed a lot of this. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that just absolutely amazing? It sits under the tree. I can't describe the breeze. It doesn't do it justice on the video. But this was, when I came here to do the photo shoot, I found this amazing. And again, I have a little bench here, and you see that? See the markers there? Right along the curbing, there's a marker right there under the tree. And there's 2 markers over here. And they have the flag by it over here. There's 2 headstones right there, and there's one kind of up in the roots of the tree. Same thing over there. There's a plot right over there. So there's a lot of little locations. We're gonna walk over here to the south side. Now I'm gonna try not to make this much longer, but I just wanted to do a little walk through so you guys can kind of see it in the morning when there's really not a lot of activity, nobody here, but you can see, you know, how this thing was just sitting here, and then bam, the city just came up around it. And I probably never imagined that the city of West Palm would grow around it like it has. In the 1900s, there was, like many of the cities in this area, everything was horse-drawn dirt roads, and probably never understood then how prosperous it would become here and how many people would desire to spend time here on the vacations and working. But you'll see also another example. I think there's a headset stone. Hey guys, crows are barking at me. You see the headstones right under the tree, right in the roots. They don't disturb them. They just, when I first came in here, that kind of freaked me out a little bit. I thought there was actually somebody sitting on that bench. I'm going to cut through the easement right here. I'm going to go in this side. I don't think she's going to move. Like I said, I couldn't find the exact locations of some of the celebrity sites. Now they do tours here. Believe it or not, it seems to be very popular in Halloween, around the Halloween season. Even though this is a charted historic location, they normally don't do most of the tours until like in the Halloween seasons, October, that sort of thing. Nobody really visits this thing other than that. They have all the locations on a little tour map. I don't have one of those. And honestly, I've said this in a couple of my other videos, the COVID situation made it very difficult to get people to meet with you and do tours and do the walk-arounds. So I was not trying to be difficult or insistent, so I kind of left it alone. So I don't even know now during the COVID if they're even doing the tours anymore. Of course, now I don't know about you guys, but here, Florida, it's been relaxed for a while. See, there's a headstone toppled over, and nobody's come to even try to correct it. I'm gonna try to ease through this little easement here. As you can see, it's just falling over, toppled over. Nobody comes, pays any attention. Now I'm gonna do one other, because I know the videos get kind of long. But I'm gonna kind of go this way. I want to show you last example of how I see this place. Very beautiful, very well maintained, irrigation. You can see they've done some trimming of the shrubs, but the markers themselves and the plots, they don't seem to do many changes to them. They kind of leave it up to the, I guess, the family, the relatives. I thought that was pretty unique. Just sits there kind of undisturbed. She just kind of sits there. There's another marker. Right there is kind of leaned over. No attempt to straighten it up at all. They've put sod here. You can see they put the new grass there. Now we're going to cross over to the other side. Now we're all the way at the south end now. Again, I didn't get back to the west side. They have a maintenance shop back there. We're going to do 2 more things, and then I'm going to wrap this up. Now this, again, I found very unique when I came here. You see, this looks like this has been around for a very long time. And this headstone is just nestled right there, right in the roots. And it's not going to be disturbed because that particular tree root system probably goes way over there somewhere. But we're way over here on the south end. This is going to run probably a little longer than I normally want it. We're going to cross back over and go to this one little place here. That's so unique, so cool. I want to show it to you before I quit. Crossing an easement. This irrigation right through here. I'm not even sure what tree that is, but that's beautiful also. See over there? Now this, when I first came up here, really caught my eye. This particular site here. Very, very beautiful. And we're going to walk around to the other side. I'll show you the front. See, there's another, what I thought was kind of unique. See how the headstone has actually been lifted by the root of the tree? Isn't that kind of amazing? Those little unique features of these places, these historic cemeteries. You find that kind of stuff everywhere. And unless you actually walk through it, you'll never see it. Isn't that just amazing? Just simply amazing. Just amazing. One more shot of the skyline for you guys. All right. I just want to show you, I know I keep saying that, but you got to see where these headstones are toppled over. Like I said, I don't really know the policy of the cemeteries, but you will see a lot of this in the historic cemeteries. Again, where the markers topple over and they lay on one another. I hope you guys can see that. But they lay on one another. They never move them. They never correct them. They just leave it like that. It's like that for years. If I visited back here a year from now, it'd be exactly the same. They will not move them. Now, believe it or not, even on this little tiny piece over here, which would almost be like a medium, there are markers right in here, right along the back south end that borders right on this property. Again, we could walk around here for 2 hours and never really see everything this place has to offer as far as beauty and uniqueness. We're gonna walk back to the truck. We're gonna wrap this up. So I hope you guys can see what I was speaking of, about how unique this place is and kind of the impact you have leaving a major city and driving literally 10-15 minutes and kind of then coming in here, stepping back in time. And it's very quiet, very peaceful, and I could probably be here all day. Nobody's gonna show up. I'd be walking here all day. But you can kind of see what I was speaking of. There's another broken marker there. Nobody's touched it. Beautiful crypt here. Very old crypt over here. There's a lot of this particular style of crypts here. I'd be willing to bet that was one of the original crypts that were purchased for this area. Absolutely amazing. Little bench here. There's a crypt over there. Locked doors. Another little headstone toppled right there. Right over there. They don't touch them. They don't move them. Very big crypt. Very big. That's amazing. It's huge. Probably worth more than my current home. As you see, there's some of those older crypts. There's tons of these out here. Tons of them. Here's a little. That looks like he was a mason. And we're coming back up to the gate, and we pretty much walked this whole place. A very long video, but I still there's many other things I would love to show you. I mean, I remember from my photo shoot some things I saw that I would love to, but the video would be 2 hours long, so we're gonna wrap it up now. Again, once I get out of here, I'm gonna throw the photo shoot collection up there for you guys so you can take a look at it. I may even add some more photos of the original structure over here. I think I found some on the internet last night. I was looking, but I think I found some original photos of the original gate that was here, which is actually smaller than this one, but beautiful nonetheless. So yeah, we've walked all the way, basically from one end to the other. And here is our exit. There it is. That gate was put in 1925. Right there. In the double thoroughfare. There it is. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed our walk today. I know I love this place. Enjoy it. It's an amazing location. If you feel up to it, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of the location. How you feel, if you want to see more of the historic locations, or you're more into the nighttime stuff. So some of these facilities you can't get in at night, so you really can't walk around at night. Like I said before, a lot of times when I do the night, it's not because I'm ghost hunting, it's because these places have an entirely different feel to them at night, and you find surprises and things. Some of my other videos we've done, at least one of them that I know, we were walking at night and we discovered some things we didn't even know were there. So that being said, you guys have an amazing day. Take care of yourselves, be good to each other, and I'll see you on the next one. All right, guys.